Next day, my mom and dad left, and the next day my father walked, he told me he walked the room the whole night, not knowing what to do, because they felt, my mother had 8 children, and she knew what it was like to have a baby, and then what it may be like to place that baby for adoption. And so my mom and dad decided that they would take Patrick home. And so when Dad came back the next day, he said, honey, we're going to take that baby home, and Mom and I will help you raise him.
Well, hooray for Dad. And Mom. Patrick, you were 17 when your mom told you.
That is correct.
You were 17 years old, and your relationship with you always loved your mom, but it was rough.
Yes.
Your mother gave you attitudes and feelings that weren't always positive.
She was sending mixed signals to me. I mean, one minute she loved me, and the next minute she hated me. And I thought that she had entered a relationship with my biological father willingly. So for 17 years, I was dealing with hatred and rejection.
Why would my old man leave me?
Right.
How much information did your mother share with you,
very little. And
your dad went away.
Yeah, he went away.
I didn't even tell him that.
No, it was...
my husband, who I've been married to for 27 years now.
His stepfather.
His stepfather.
Right.
Married... Patrick was 2.5 years old, and my husband adopted him immediately, and so...
Oh, there was no mystery then to his... So he thought he was his biological father?
No, I didn't.
No.
I knew he wasn't, because I could remember back before having a father. And I remember when my dad now came on the picture, and he loved me from day one. I mean...
Right. But you always felt an undercurrent with your mom.
Right.
So you're 17, what happens? Are you sitting in the family room? I don't know. What was this kaboom, or did you know this was coming? Or
At 17, I knew it all. And
you did not.
Oh, I did too.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know about the rape.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But as a teenager, I was telling my mother what a loser that she was, and that my life was mine, and I was going to lead it the way I wanted to. She then unloaded the information on me that I wasn't so big as I thought I was, and that she told me the story about the rape, and she told me the story about...
Yeah. And that answered a lot of questions for you, didn't it?
Sure did, because I was dealing with so much rejection, and that it was almost easier for me to leave that rejection at that point and go on, because it was a matter of power. The rape was. It wasn't a matter of a relationship.
Now, this is all stuff you've worked out since you got the information.
That is correct. I mean, in hindsight, it's 20/20 always.
Yes.
But
well, how conflicted are you about your old man? He did an unspeakable damage. This is like flypaper. It doesn't leave a woman. You took a shower, did you? Or I mean, several showers.
Many.
We hear about. Do you want to see your father?
No, I don't. It would be too damaging for my mother. And yeah, there was curiosity that was involved, but he was drunk at the time, and I've been around drunk people before, and I don't even think he may remember the instance. So for me, it's easier to go on, leave it, and then lead my life from this point on.
If you had this to do over, Kathy, would you? Would you keep the baby?
That's almost something you can't answer. Of course, for his... Oh, boy, how do I say this?
Well, I think you're being very honest. The politically correct answer is yes. But I do thank you very much for your honesty. Tell us why you're struggling here.
For Patrick's sake, I'm struggling, I guess. Everything turned out wonderful. We have a wonderful relationship. However, it was rough, and it was very difficult for Pat. It was difficult for me, and to say that it was an easy bet, and it was just a smooth sailing, and yes, I'd love to do it over again. I would not be telling you the truth. However, I wouldn't change having this young man here for anything.